Thank you for taking the time to talk with me this afternoon. And I just had a few questions for you. So of course, you just had your parathyroid surgery. Let's just talk a little bit about what sort of symptoms that you have and how long were you having those symptoms?
Well, I would say overall I had a mental muddleness, and that I did not have endurance, and it was on a very slow slide down. And when symptoms increase slowly, sometimes you're not sure you're really having them, and you really don't know where they're coming from if you haven't got someone working with you that recognizes it. So it's funny to say you, Dr. Kennedy, but you, Dr. Kennedy, you recognize this, and I really appreciated that.
So why did you end up coming to Dr. John Kennedy?
I came because you knew what I was talking about. You were telling me things about me without knowing me. Specifically, you asked me about any pains in my bones. And that was the strangest question because I did have a pain in my shin. I've had it for a long time, but I didn't know that was bone pain. Sorry, I don't mean to make you laugh, but I thought skeletons have no feelings. So I didn't know that that was possible, and that is indeed what I haven't had. Now, it's only been a week, but I haven't had any bone pain.
Do you remember what your calcium and PTH levels were at their highest?
The highest, the calcium was 9.7, I believe, and the PTH was, are they set the number in the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah, so the PTH was like 84.
So, how are you feeling? You've had your surgery. Tell us a little bit about your surgery.
Well, first of all, the whole process of coming to the hospital, you know, most people think of hospitals as ouch. And even after the surgery, I said, I have no pain. And it's funny, she said on a scale of 1 to 10, she didn't hear me. And I said, I don't have any pain. And I didn't have any pain the whole time through the surgery. I feel great. And she said, do you feel steady to walk? And I said, yes, actually more than normal. Because this down slippery slope I've been dealing with, I can't find that rich vocabulary I'm used to having. And I poop out about 4 o'clock and I would power down. We even checked my cortisol levels to see if I was really powering down. They were fine. But this has been going on and it was getting worse. My weekly exercises, I felt like weren't doing me any good. My grip strength was terrible. And since I have a way to measure it, I'm easily squeezing 40 pounds now. But I couldn't take caps off bottles. And that's still a little tough, but it's only been a week. But at least now I think I will get benefit from my exercises. Whereas before, I knew this wasn't going anywhere. And that's been the last 6 months. My voice, my husband said that he always didn't feel like I had presence in my voice like I used to. And he noticed the day he picked me up. He said, Roberta, I can hear you better. Your face has more rigor to it. And the color was better.